Here we are. Hey guys, Dr. Jake Hansen here. I wanted to go over something that is absolutely critical that I know is on your mind in the practice, but is easily and often missed out on. I want to go over what we call ERBN, ERBN, so the emotional reason to buy now. When people are coming to see you, there's a very specific reason. Most people in life we find begin to minimize what they do. They minimize their problems. Oh, it's not a big deal. Oh, it's only done from time to time. So Tony Robbins coined the ERBN, emotional reason to buy now. We need to figure out, why are they now there? They've had back pain for 20 years. Why are they in your practice now? They've had neck pain, headaches, migraines for 15, 20 years. Why are they there now? So a classic example, we had a lady that came in today who said, I haven't been chiropractic in about 15 years. And she goes, well, it actually wasn't even a chiropractor, it was a DO. So I haven't been chiropractic in a long, long time. That's how it kind of starts off. And she says, she goes on to have a slew of health issues. She's a horseback rider, has just busted herself, left and right, always falling off horses. So she started sharing things, my neck hurts. And so I said, well, what do you have to compensate for in your neck when it's at its worst, its absolute worst? She says, it's interesting, whenever I have guests, I have a corner of my house I sit in because I can look at everybody. Because if I have to stare one way, my neck will spasm, and then I can't move it for like 2 or 3 days. If I go to another person's house, I have to stake out a part of their house, and if not, I'm going to be hurting for 2 or 3 days. I said, oh my gosh. I said, that's horrible to hear. I'm so sorry. She goes, oh, it's not a big deal. And I looked at her, and I did something very important. I just shut the heck up. I just sat there. And she says, that isn't normal, is it? I said, nope, that is not normal to have. That is not normal to have to find a corner when you're talking and entertaining guests, because you have to be able to somewhat swivel, because if you get your head caught, it's going to spasm on you. That is not healthy. That is not normal. And I told her, I said, how long has this been going on for? She said, oh gosh, since I was a kid, I think. So I said, can you imagine your life without that? Can you imagine your life without, when you entertain or go to someone's house or a restaurant, ever having to do that, ever having to stake out a corner? Can you imagine never having to do that again? She looked and she said, I've never thought of it. I just thought that's just how I live. So how would you like to not have to be so guarded all the time, not have to sleep a certain way, drive a certain way? Talk about her sleeping. Oh yeah, when I sleep, I have to put a pillow that's heavier on this side, but not on this side. I have to put a pillow underneath my arm. I have to put a pillow underneath my right hip. So how would you like to be able to sleep? What would that do for you? So my mentors, Sean Rundle, Jennifer, Daniel Bay, you guys are amazing. Over at Close for Chiro, we're going to do a podcast with them soon. You guys need to get in with these guys. They teach you how to do a day 1 and day 2 that is absolutely incredible. They teach you how to discover what we call the hot button in that group. How the one thing that is bothering them, that one thing is going to drive. It's very easy for us as chiropractors to focus on 20, 30, 40 things, 5 things. We need to find that one thing that is driving them crazy, that one thing that is controlling their life. We'll still address all their issues. We need to find that one thing. We need to find that ERBN. What is that emotional reason to buy now? Is it because they can't pick up their grandkids anymore? Is it because they have to sit in a corner of a room, or else their neck will kink out? They can't go golfing again. They can't have intimacy with their spouse. What is that one thing? And when you find it, there are very moral and ethical ways to help people solve their problems. And that's what we're talking about here. People will pay you to solve their problems. That's what we do every day of the week. In my practice, in my home, I just had guys at my house trimming the trees because our trees are like 45 feet tall. And I'm like, that's not a job I can do well. And I want the people who do that for a living. We pay to have people solve our problems. You need to become experts, you guys, experts at solving people's problems and finding their ERBN, finding their emotional reason to buy now, finding the why, the mega why is going to be everything. So tune in for more. I'd like to hear what you guys do to find what people's hot buttons are. What are their chief complaints? What are their ERBNs? How do you find that? And what happens when you do? More importantly, what happens when you don't? When you don't, you're not going to have the ability to change their lives. Yes, we are selling them chiropractic. You have to sell chiropractic because this is what will change their life forever. You know it and I know it. We get this every single week in our lives. We get our spines checked frequently. We need to be finding what is causing people's problems so that we can find a solution to it and get their lives back on track. So I hope you guys are having a great night. Tell me what you do to find your ERBNs. Tell me what you do to find your hot buttons, and we look forward to talking to you in the chats in the group. Thanks, guys.